Welcome back. Well, I know this question maybe directly for the officials in the healthcare industry, but why is it that, I mean, here, we know there's our health officials, that they travel a lot, they see what happens in other climes. We have a lot of these seasonal cases here, like flu and the rest of them. We don't see any warning whatsoever that'll tell you, look, this is the season for flu, go take a shot of this or do this in order to stay. But we don't see any of such. Why do you think that's the case?
Well, you just compared the health officials in Nigeria to other countries. Now, the truth about it is that one area that Nigeria has really lacked is in the area of prevention. I could remember what happened during Ebola. And for once, we were able to see how Ebola worked simply because everybody took that responsibility. Unfortunately, and you could see the way it was, the private sector took responsibility, the government took responsibility, the community members took responsibility. Everybody made it a point of duty to like spread this message. Unfortunately, maybe because when we look at Lassa fever and all the other kind of, small illnesses that affect like a particular segment of people or a particular geography, the relative tendency of the average Nigerian is, well, it's not affecting me. And because it doesn't affect, people do not see it as a responsibility, a collective responsibility to be able to say, okay, why not let us just give this? Because right now, we are supposed to have the community health workers. What they do is to go into the communities and, give the preventive health education talks to pregnant women, to children under 5 and all that. Look at what happened with the case of Zika virus in Brazil and other countries.
The minister said it's been with us. And some said, no way.
So you
Why
can
did they
see.
Tell us?
So did you see what happened at the US? They actually raised that alert to say this particular beach, don't go there, because they have found out that, So for me, I think not until we start to look at our preventive measures and see it as a critical part of our primary care delivery system, where the community health workers or village health workers, people that deal with the community members, people that we can call as the foot soldiers.
Do we still have them?
Yes, we still have them. The only problem is that...
What do they do now?
Basically, one of the things that happens is that many times they don't even have the incentives. And for a lot of people, the community health workers are under the local government scheme. You've seen what happened in Nasarawa with the salary crisis. So somebody whose salary has been slashed, you can't tell the person that, okay, now come and go into the community and start telling people about things. So what they just do is, at best, they go into the community and give immunization. And so because of that, not until we start to look at these foot soldiers as critical stakeholders in the value chain of health, people that will eventually help us execute whatever it is that we have in our policies, then at the end of the day, these burdens will eventually come and then have its own effect on the national health indices. Now we had just 2 cases of polio, but that has been able to pull us back 3 years, as in, okay, we're supposed to get the certification this year, now it has been postponed to 2019. Now, what would have happened if we had used the soldiers for the polio, since a lot of soldiers go to schools to teach, where teachers are not coming in? Why can't these soldiers also be trained to be able to give polio immunization to the hard-to-reach areas? So I think those are the things that we should start thinking about. Our preventive measures is really key.
Thank you for coming on. Dr. Noimot Balogun is a public health relations analyst. Well, just before we wrap up, many have been sending tweets, comments about the pensions and emoluments of the ones we focused on today. But we did start off with that of the executive, legislature, even the former governors. But we're also reminded that Gabasho, I think he has said it before, that the president has stopped collecting the military entitlement ever since he became president. That's credited to the spokesperson of the president. Well, you can keep your questions and comments coming through. We appreciate all of you. That's how far we can go today. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
I'm Neota Egbe. Thank you.
And Maokbe Ogun will talk about leadership by example. That's definitely one that the leaders should also follow.